Good afternoon everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Districts, and my name is Susanna and I live with trains, and today is viewers' questions answered and comments really, because I'm not very good at replying, and some of you have actually kind of pointed this out to me, and to be honest with you, I've always said this in the past, I'm not the best at replying at comments. However, it's easier for me to do what I'm doing now in terms of putting a video together and going through some of the comments which have been posted up on my videos. And this will cover the last 4 videos that I've done since I've been back. And some of it is, to those of you, I appreciate everybody taking the time to comment, and I'm very grateful. And don't think for 1 minute I don't read the comments, because I do. I'm not just putting out the videos and just literally just letting them go. I do read them, so please keep your comments coming, please keep your questions coming, because they will get answered. I know it takes a little bit of time, but then it's me having the time to actually be able to get back to everybody in a timely manner. Like I said, I do actually work for a living, so it isn't a case of just me being at home having all the time in the world to be able to sift through all the comments as and when they roll in. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get straight into it, and we're going to start by the Easter cab ride extravaganza. And for those of you who saw that, that's just basically a cab ride around the layout. And Ray Pay UK was saying that he very much enjoyed the in-depth tour of the layout, and he called it amazing, so thank you so much for that. And he loved the Heritage Railway and looked forward to more. So again, you will be seeing more and more of that. In fact, there is an update on that soon, but that won't be the next 2 videos, I don't think. And Darren Faulkner, who always comments on my videos, so thank you so much for always taking the time to comment on my videos, said awesome video, amazing layout, hats off to you madam. So thank you so much for that, that's very kindly appreciated. And Alan Cowles on that one, Trains 9917, said, hi Susanna, fantastic video, a true labour of love, and happy Easter. Look forward to many more videos to come. So thank you, Alan, that's very much appreciated also. And Stuart Holland said, thank you so much, and that he loved the railway, so that's cool. Lordell loved the cab ride. He said it's an absolutely awesome cab ride. The details you put into your layout is superb, so well done Susanna. You've put the time and effort in and it shows. Fantastic, girl. So thank you so much, Lordell. It's very much appreciated. Love him to bits. Chat all the time. Billabong Neil, I think. Brilliant, very enjoyable train ride. Thank you. It's amazing. So it is lovely to hear all of that. So please do keep coming in. It is much appreciated. Peter Andrews 7756 said, fantastic. Last time I see your train, it was only an oval and the extension under the window. So great work. So that's a long time ago. Model Railway said happy Easter, and he loved the footage. So thank you. Bassett Videos also said great vid, cab ride. And he did actually say that the Heritage Line had a bit of a feel for the Epping and Ongar Railway, which is what I was trying to go for. Ponders End Model Railway said amazing work, so thank you. Mike at Putnam Junction, great tour and update, so thank you very much for that. Capital Lines said another excellent cab ride, so thank you very much. I tend to do cab rides I try and keep my cab rides I know I do quite a few of them, but whenever I do them, there's always something different to see. And it's mainly for me that I do it. However, I put it out there on you guys to watch. So if you feel like, you take something out from it, then it's absolutely great. But mainly, it's just that sometimes I want to have a look at what I've been doing, and sometimes the cab ride, just to see how it comes out. And there's loads of reasons for that. Like sometimes you do a bit of work here and there, and you just want to see how it comes out and whether it comes out well. Lintree Town, it's a brilliant cab ride tour, very impressive, so thank you very much. Arthur Thorpe 5445. Great video, and you've done a fantastic job of getting all that into your space. Very impressive. Heritage I could do with a bit more steam. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not a great lover of steam, to be truthful. Anyone who knows me, I'm not like I haven't got hatred of steam or anything like that, not by any stretch. But steam, I always find that they're more high maintenance than diesels. But I wouldn't mind I did have a steam loco with sound. Yeah, the thing is, I haven't got anywhere to turn them around or anything like that. So, but I might. I have looked into it. But yeah, that's a fair point. So the next video we're just going to go quickly skim through is the Accurascale Class 31, which I recently purchased with sound. And I have to say, I'm loving it. I love it. I love the way it runs, and I love the way it sounds. And it seems to be quite a common theme through the comments. Alan Cawley's or Trains 9917 said looks and sounds very impressive, and it is. Other Railway Shed said very nice 31 from Accurascale and great collection of Network Rail locos and rolling stock. I do love my Network Rail stuff, and yeah, I've got quite a fair bit of it, and some of it I've made myself, some of it's available, some of it isn't. It's just trying to get what you can really, and that leads us to Stormy, who said very good overview and of a superb loco. I too went for the skinhead version, as I have a Hornby Class 31 with the searchlights on the front, which is what I had as well also. I'm sure the searchlight kit will be available in the future. I'm a huge fan of Network Rail Yellow, and I try my best to collect as much as I can. It's a shame that Accurascale didn't produce more, as we modelers won't see them again for some from some time. Yeah, it depends on the manufacturers. If it's Bachmann, that tends to be the case. Dapol are quite good at re-releasing stuff. I'm not so sure about Accurascale whether they will, although they have done a couple of re-releases, I think, of stuff. So, they might do some more. Mike at Putnam just said at Putnam Junction said thanks for sharing. John over at Piccadilly said love that, and he enjoyed the shot through St Anne's Station. Yeah, I do love actually that shot through St Anne's Station. It's one of my favourites actually. It's one of my favourite shots that I do on my running sessions. And speaking of running sessions, that will probably be the next video. Will probably be a running sessions, and it will probably be called testing times. And the reason why is because there's a number of locos here that need testing and need running. So through various reasons, either because they're relatively new and they haven't been running, others have been repaired. Excuse me. Others have been repaired, and so basically that I'm just going to probably do a running session with some of those locomotives, and you'll get to see some of them. I haven't done a running session for a while, so we'll probably do some of that and see how you find it. Right, Darren Faulkner, love all the yellow, looks really good. I've got something similar on mine, but EWS depot. And Alpha Fault 5445 says it does sound very good and realistic. Good choice. Thank you. To be fair, I think even if they had the kind of one with the searchlights, which I kind of call like the Predator kind of 31, I did like the simplicity of the skinhead version of the Network Rail 31. Not to say that it's just rubbish or anything or any less. It's just I just love the simplicity of it. I think it looks so clean and it just looks and sounds great. So I'm really pleased with it. Model Railway New said very nice. I collect Network Rail stuff too. It looks really good together on your layout, and mine is too small. I'm not sure if he means his layout is too small, but yeah, like I said before, I love collecting the Network Rail stuff. It's just great. Capital Lines said that sounds a real beast. Think I'll be getting the Accurascale sound chip to upgrade my silent but deadly blue example. Well, if you decide to put sound into that really will. You won't regret it. It sounds absolutely awesome. I really love it. And Stormy says, hi, you've seen the bargains at Colonel Model Shop with the 438 40C unit NSC. They are on 199 and well worth the money. You're a fan of Network Rail South. Right, so I do love Network South East. I do have two 4TCs. One I got at a bargain, one not so much, but the London Transport one was on a pre-order. I don't think I'll be getting the 4TC in the Network South East livery, and I don't even know if they've still got it, to be honest. So we'll find out. So moving on to the next video. So the next video we're going to talk about is my HST Lima Network Rail conversion. And I don't know if I've got this, but it says Bob the Fend Key Jumper. I think that's what it is. My apologies if I've got that completely wrong. It says, hi Susanna, that's a great job on the Lima Power Car. I like the use of adhesive adjust labels for the canter strips. Thank you. It was something that I just followed on, get my words right, from John over at Piccadilly Model Railway, who kind of helped me before, and I felt that I could use the same with the cant rail strips, because I've done some of these projects before, and these are one of the things where you learn by your mistakes. And I had purchased some of the proper official kind of Railtech Transfers cant rail strips, and they're very long, but trying to get them on, they're an absolute nightmare. They get so twisted and bent out of shape so easily that it's just... So I ended up deciding to do it this way, and I thought this would be easier for me. And so far, so good. It's still attached to the loco. I did, like I say, seal it in, so hopefully it will stay sealed and hopefully it will work. Martress Junction, Andy, said, you've done a fantastic job. The colour looks perfect to me. Thanks for sharing. So it's my pleasure, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think the colour looks pretty good. And like I've said before, I wouldn't be too fussed if you're a shade or two out with the Network Rail yellow, just purely because, you know, it really doesn't matter. Because when you go on the network, you'll see various kind of shades of Network Rail vehicles out and about mixed together, and you can easily tell some of them. So I wouldn't be too fussed if it, you know, if your shades were slightly out. Darren Faulkner said, excellent video and revamp looks amazing. Glad to see you back again. Thank you so much. It's good to be back, but sometimes you need a bit of time away. And yeah, I'm pleased with the revamp. I think it's come up great. Digger Evans said, hi Susanna, you've done a splendid job converting that HST to Network Rail loco, and what a great idea you've had with the sticky labels. I should be using that idea for sure. Many thanks, my friend. So yeah, like I said, I can't take all of the credit, but this was just a sort of further on approach from what John over at Piccadilly had told me. And you could probably get away, I mean, and John had done recently on this video that he did this car park with vinyl strips, which he bought off vinyl sheet, self-adhesive, and you could probably do the same with that, where you could probably buy, I'm sure you could probably get, I mean, he got a yellow one, you know, you probably could get an orange version, and just basically just take a sharp blade and the ruler and just sort of cut a thin strip off of it, rather than trying to sort of like be like really trying to paint it in, because that was just like a complete nightmare when I did it. Arthur Fort 5445 said he was impressed, so thank you very much. And John over at Piccadilly said, great job Susanna, so again, once again, thank you John. To ADBTY 444 said brilliant, so thank you. Hermitage Road 4713 said very interesting video, regards Pete. Thank you, glad you found it interested. Model Railway Noob said, good job Susanna, oddly enough I was just thought about doing the same thing with a Colas HST to Colas orange, black and Network yellow, red, Network Rail yellow livery. I actually did do that, and I think I may have showed it on the video, but I wasn't impressed with the job I did on it. And it turned out to be that faded HST that you've seen with all the patches. That was the Colas one that I tried to do, and I didn't like it. So I just rubbed it all down and basically turned it into that faded, battered HST over in the corner. So, and I'm real well pleased with that, yeah. So I bought the he then goes on to say, I bought the Transfers too, and then discovered that Key Model Rail, I've commissioned it from Hornby. So I'm making it a Colas, but not the Network Rail version. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. So that covers that video. So on my last video, we're now going to move on to locos, my last video that I did. I received about 15 comments for that, so we'll go through the comments on that one as well. Michael Truefit 3490 said, really enjoyed this video. You've got some great locos and different liveries. Thanks for sharing with us. Thank you. My loco selection and DMU selection varies. It varies on basically era and running, and also sometimes whether or not I use them, because sometimes I buy, I think Charlie over at Chadwick had mentioned last week in his videos that he wanted people to send him clips of any purchases that they think they regretted, and he just wanted to kind of showcase like that we all make mistakes in the model railway, that we all make mistakes in buying model railway things, and I'm no different. I've bought stuff that I thought I really wanted and I really liked, and then I ran it at first, and then it's ended up sitting in a box for ages and ages, and I've ended up getting rid of it, or I've bought something on impulse and then I go, why did I buy that? And then, or sometimes I bought stuff and it's kind of like it doesn't even run properly, it doesn't work properly, and you kind of go, look, I'm not wasting any more time with it, get a shot of it. So and then there's ones that have just been sat here for years and years and years that aren't going anywhere. So, and eventually we get to a point where it's just, there will be stuff that just won't go, but it does vary and it does change, like many people's, I should imagine. Stormy said, hi, great content video, great video content. The Batman Class 47 in two-tone green is on my list. Reminds me of the Hornby Mammoth model back in the 1980s. I would like the Batman Class 47 SFX. It comes down to a sensible price. Your Rail Adventure HST is an excellent set. I've got the Helgen 5115 bogie flat wagons and River Rossi Rail Adventure cargo wagons to go with mine. I'm a big Network Rail Yellow fan and road stock. I have the same Acura Scale Class 31 skinhead model as you, which is superb. Hope to get the Gaman Biffo Samphire for it when I can. So the 47 that I have is the TXS Hornby Railroad version. And that for now is running okay, although I've had one or two issues with the decoder. I'm not quite sure why. If it persists, I might have to take it back. But if it does come to that and I'll have to swap it out, then I will let you know and I'll explain to you what's going on with it. But, excuse me, the Rail Adventure set I got was because of, like I said, it's memories. Like I said, it was the first HST set that came to the Watercress line, and so I wanted to have it as part of it, and I rode behind it along with the London Transport 40C set. Mark's in the house, says that 40C set looks superb, and you're looking well, my dear, so this hobby does help. Take care, Mark. So yeah, I do like my 40C, and it's an easy thing to run because it's just like, it's a no-brainer. You don't have to worry about sort of running around the train or anything like that. It's just a very beautiful looking piece as well. Alpha 5445 said, great look at your collection and very interesting and informative. Not my era, but still enjoyed it. Yeah, that's fine, and I accept that. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of the stuff that I watch these days isn't actually British. A lot of the stuff that I watch these days tends to be American, although I do still follow a lot of you guys. And so it doesn't mean because somebody models either a different era or a different gauge that it's not interesting. There's always something to learn. So I don't sort of take offence to it, so don't worry. Medway Peninsula, Kevin. Hello there, Kevin. Said, hi Stan, really enjoyed the look at your locos and also previous HST project. I like the 73s too. Good to know that the Lima body will fit the Hornby Railroad chassis, as I have a Lima 73 and I would like to have DCC ready, and so shall be on the lookout for one. Okay, so this here is a Lima 73, which I've recently arrived to the layout, and it has been, if I just, there you go, it has actually been converted. I did convert it to, I know it seems a bit messy in here, and it has been converted hardwired with an 8-pin chip, and it's running with a CD motor in it currently, because it came with a Ringfield motor and I had a spare CD motor, and this was one that I got off of Strathpepper Junction, I think it is. I don't know if he's still around because I haven't heard from him for ages, but essentially I've been trying to, so this is one of the locos that will probably end up being on a running session because it does need to be test run. Now this is a Lima body, Lima chassis. Here in this box is the new Hornby Railroad Plus body, and all being well, there it is. Voila. So that is the new Hornby Railroad Plus chassis, body on a Lima chassis. So you can actually swap the bodies round so it will fit. So what I intend to do is actually probably get another Hornby TXS 73, and honestly it sounds really good actually, and actually just take the body, which would be identical to this, and put this one on it instead. Now in preparation for that, and if you guys are interested, please let me know, I've actually done an experiment with this very body. Now as you can see, it is currently 73109 Battle of Britain, and it's got the Battle of Britain nameplates, it's got the Spitfire, I don't know if it's picking it up nice and sharply, and it's got the Spitfire on that end as well. So that's what you get with the body. Now I was debating whether or not I was going to mess around with this body or not, and I've decided to mess around with this body. So let me show you what I've been doing. If I turn it around, it still says 73109 on it because I haven't messed around with that yet. But as you can see, the nameplate has been removed, and so have the Spitfires. Oh, I haven't done that one yet. So there you go. So that's what it was. It had the Spitfire. So I took the Spitfire off of that end, and I've taken the nameplate. And this is in preparation for actually trying to see if I could save this body and give it a new identity without damaging the body, without having to give it a complete repaint. Because I've got some decals with Railtech that I'm purchasing for another 73 for GBRF, and basically it's to do with this GBRF body. And so before I bought the decals, I wanted to see whether or not I could actually remove the printing on it without damaging the body, or whether or not I was going to end up having to repaint the body. And as you can see, there is no damage to the body whatsoever. The nameplates come off cleanly, the Spitfires come off cleanly. That one will. I haven't tested the number yet, but that should be okay. And just to show you, it has got the nameplate there. It was a bit of a pain to get off, but it does work, and it didn't, as you can see, it hasn't marked the body at all. So I can, in theory, all going well, give this body a new identity, and to have it running on the layout as a different GBRF loco. So and just give it a new lease of life, but with a different. So it's not 73109 anymore because I've got the Dapol one. So in theory, if you wanted to buy two, you could buy two and then just renumber one of them. So so that's how I've done that. So I'm going to carry on on this side and on the other side to redo that, give this a new identity. Now, I haven't ordered the transfers from Railtech yet, so if any of you are interested in it or how I do this, then please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will record a video on me removing it. And so you can sort of see, I mean, I won't record every little detail because quite frankly, once you know how to do one bit, then the same applies for the rest of it. So, but I'll explain that in a video if you want it. So if you want that video, just pop a comment on below saying, yeah, it'd be really helpful if you could do it because I'd like to do the same. And then I will show you how I do it. Now, what I would say is you do take it at your own risk because I can show you how to do it. But like I said, you know, I was actually oohing and ahhing whether I was going to do it because I didn't particularly want to damage the body. But as it turns out, I gave it a go, and you don't know until you try. So, and it's worked out quite well so far. Right. So, Model Railway Shed said hello, Susanna. Amazing collection of locomotives. Thank you. Hermitage Rose saying great video. Regards, Pete. So thank you very much. Andy over at Moorland Model Railway said, hi, Susanna. I hope you're well. Yeah. I am and I'm not, but yeah, today's a good day. So that was a nice look at some of your locos recent and upgrades. I'm not much of a fan of a 73 fan, but enjoyed listening to your enthusiasm about them. No, and that's fine. It's like I said, I haven't got a problem with that. If you're a fan, you're a fan. If you're not, you're not. I do like Class 47s though, and I still have mine on the layout running wherever else is, and with whatever else is on Rule 1. So yeah, he basically runs whatever he likes, which I've seen. He's got a great layout, as Andy over at Moorland Model Railway. Bassett said, thanks for making this video. I really enjoyed it. I agree with you on the Class 73 Railroad Plus, etc. I have a 73 109 TXS sound. I fitted Dapol buffers. Yeah, that was probably one thing I didn't really mention about this, is that the buffers that come with it, brand new, they're just really horrid. They're not really the sort of buffers that you get on it. I don't know where they found those buffers from, but yeah, those are the first things you want to try and swap out. If you can find a set of buffers from somewhere, you want the big round ones, none of that like these ones. You want ones that are like this, because that's what you'll find on a 73. You won't find those crappy ones that they brought on it. So that's the only thing. If you buy that one, you will get those awful buffers on it. And the detailing pack. So the detailing pack is basically the nameplates. You don't get anything else. And he's repainted horrible yellow horns, grey, and it's superb. If only Hornby would go the extra and add lights, they could clean up the 73 market after the Dapol's poor running batch. Like I said, I actually believe that with a few mods, they could really, really make such a big difference. You know, like I said, if Hornby, and which they are, and they've put the new NEM sockets, which has made a huge difference because it automatically modernises them so much just by putting the NEM sockets, and it's made a huge difference. The new motor is a much better improvement. What I would have said is I don't know why they put those stupid buffers on it. I haven't even got them now. I got rid of them. They just went straight in the bin. It's one of the first things that I did. I don't know why they put those on there. They should have put the NEM sockets with these big round buffers on it, like on here, and if they could put some, yeah, it would be nice if they could put lights in it. But I have put lights of my own, and that might be something else that I might be doing on my next project. So if I do, which I'm not sure, so don't hold me to it, I will put that in a video or something like that if the demand is there. So yeah, I mean, I get that. One of my 73s has actually got, one of my Railroad Plus ones that I did has actually got sound and lights on it, which I showed you, which was Charlotte 73 141. The 73s by Dapol, the later ones are alright, they're good. Don't go for the early ones. The early ones were shocking. They just didn't run properly at all. And even after I put Stay Alive in it, it still ran absolutely, it was really bad. Got rid of it. Nice selection. It's from Model Railway Noob. Nice selection. So now I have the RTC 4TC, and would love the London set, but won't pay that price yet. It was quite expensive, to be honest. But what can you do? Clayton Stone V6 said, "Why are you using a 33.0 with the 43 set when it should be a 33-1?" Right. The simple answer is it's a recreation. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. It's not a precise art. It's just a 33 I had. It was a 33 that I managed to get on a bargain price. If I could get a 33-1 or I could find one at a good price, I probably would get one. But for now, that's what I have, and that's what works for me. And yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to be nitpicking about things like that, to be honest with you. If people want to do, then they can do. But to be honest with you, there's probably a lot more that on the layout that probably isn't quite prototypical or whatever. But it is what it is. I'm happy enough with my layout. I'm happy enough with my locos. I'm happy enough with the way I run them. And that's the end of that one. So yeah, that 33 is what I have, and that's what's running with it currently. Although I can run it with my 73 too. 73 also, I should say, not my 73 too. But my nice blue one that I showed you on my last video. So that covers the last 4 videos that I've put out. And I hope that answers your comments and questions. And if you have any more, please feel free to stick them on the comments section below. Don't be offended if I don't get back to you, or it takes me a while to get back to you, because I do read them all and I do get through them all, and eventually I will get back to you, whether it be in a video like this or whether it be via the Tippy Tappy. But to be honest, I find it such a bit of a bugbear just having to sit there going like that all day long. I haven't got the time to do that, to be honest. Like I said, I work for a living, so I haven't got time to be going through everybody's comments like that. So I try to do it in a video like this because it's a lot easier for me, and sometimes it's actually easier to explain something like this rather than trying to do it through the old tippy tapping. So until the next time, my name's Susanna and I live with chains, and thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, thank you so much for also your support. So until the next time, it's bye for now. Bye bye.